Well, good morning, Annie.
Oh, good morning, Carrie.
This is Friday, December the 18th, and Annie and I are together, of course, socially distanced,
Yep.
to share the good news on our Friday crumbs from the Pop-Tarts.
Yep. Here again.
And because it's Advent, we are still looking at the hymns of Advent to have some conversation around. And today, we're going to look at hymn number 122, which is one of the hymns we're going to be singing on Sunday at our sort of service of the word that we're recording from St. John. So I'm so excited to be doing that. And so we're going to read this because singing is not advisable inside, and we didn't want to put masks on. So we're going to say the words. Annie's going to read verses 1 and 3. I'll read 2 and 4, and then we'll have some conversation around it.
So have a listen. In the bleak midwinter, frosty wind made moan. Earth stood hard as iron, water like a stone. Snow had fallen, snow on snow, snow on snow, in the bleak midwinter long ago.
Our God, heaven cannot hold him, nor earth sustain. Heaven and earth shall flee away when he comes to reign. In the bleak midwinter, a stable place sufficed, the Lord God Almighty, Jesus Christ.
Angels and archangels may have gathered there. Cherubim and seraphim thronged the air. But his mother, only in her maiden bliss, worshipped the beloved with a kiss.
What can I give him, poor as I am? If I were a shepherd, I would bring a lamb. If I were a wise man, I would do my part. Yet what I can, I give him. I give my heart. Isn't that lovely?
It sounds like a card.
You know, on Sunday we read about Mary, the mother of Jesus, and I just love this hymn. Particularly in our snowy Bruce County kind of weather.
Snow on snow.
Snow on snow, isn't that? Yeah, isn't that true? I have a beautiful nativity stained glass window, but it's a Canadian nativity.
Oh, okay.
So instead of a stable, it's a bit of a teepee.
Okay.
And then the animals that surround the Christ child and Mary and Joseph, there's a moose.
Right.
And there's a wolf, and there's
a beaver,
a raccoon and a beaver.
Of course.
You know, and I love that because what it does is it contextualizes to our snowy kind of world here, that story is as much ours here in Canada as it is for those who reside in the Middle East or those who live in the tropics below the equator. You know, every corner of the world stops to pay homage to this Christ child.
And to the event that happened, and to the mother. And I think that's the one line, as you read it, you know, what can I give? I give him my heart. But his mother, only in her maiden bliss, worshipped him, beloved, with a kiss. I mean, she was a mom. She was, you know, she's just given birth to a little baby. And so there's that, like, overwhelming joy and love that comes with that. And that's why I like this hymn, even though it talks about the bleak midwinter, because, it can be kind of bleak out there, as it's still snowing, you can't see it. But, there's something about this hymn that I really like. And maybe it's because of where I first heard it, or, you know, where it was in, you know, my history. But it's, you know, the earth stood hard as iron, and we know what that's like around here when things start to get, and water like a stone. Now, we kind of wish for that here, because when Lake Huron freezes over, that means we don't get snow squalls, which is kind of nice. But it's interesting that this is a Christmas hymn, and we're talking about the bleak midwinter, and it was winter in Bethlehem, but it wasn't snowy.
No.
So
but again, I mean, how these hymns are written address the context is in the world around those who write them, right?
Well, Christina Georgina Rossetti, she lived from 1830 to 1894. She wrote the text. So, making an assumption out of her last name, I'm assuming she might have been European, since the music is Holst. So she might have been European, and there's snow in Europe for
Mhm,
sure.
mhm.
So I just, now I'm interested in looking a little bit more into the history of why did she write this hymn, the way she did, and talking about snow, when we don't associate with Jesus with snow at all, except, you're right, in Canada we do, because December is Christmas, and for the most part, Canada has a fair amount of snow.
Mhm.
The West Coast, maybe not so much, but, yeah, I wonder that, yeah.
But also too, maybe
How
if
did
we
that come together?
step away from the very figurative sort of look at snow.
Mhm.
When we look at,
Are you saying like the purity
yeah,
of
like,
whiteness
well-
of snow?
well,
Oh,
actually, no.
I got what she was putting down.
yeah, no, I'm actually putting down something totally different.
Okay.
That's cool too.
Never fails.
But
Off a tangent.
because what I'm hearing is the bleak midwinter, right?
Okay.
So bleak midwinter, when I think about sort of the context of what's going on in the world at the moment, where
It is bleak.
it's bleak, right?
It
Like,
is.
so many people are so anxious and saddened and lamenting the fact that their Christmas is gonna look so different.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
They're not gonna have the huge family gatherings. You know, they're not gonna have the opportunity to give hugs and kisses and gather around tables that are groaning under enormous amounts of food that are set, 12 feet long. And so maybe part of this hymn touches that little chord, that
Right.
resonates with, what does it mean to feel like we're in the bleak midwinter, right?
Right.
Where
And
there's
see the
not
light.
much, that's right, there's not much
See,
sun.
Right. Mhm.
It's dark, it's dismal. If you live
Mhm.
by the lake, you've got lots of cloudy gray skies.
Mhm.
And yet we may start there in the hymn.
Right.
But when we get to that final verse about, what is it that I can give, poor as I am?
Mhm.
What can we gather from the earth at this time of the year? Not much, because
Not
everything's frozen,
Yeah.
right? But when we come to Christ
Mhm.
and we offer the one thing that we have to give, which is
Yeah.
our heart, here we have a response that is all God ever asked of us.
That's right.
Right, was to give him
Ourselves.
our heart, to give him ourselves,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so the warmth of that, the love of that is what radiates through the bleak midwinter, I
Right.
think.
And melts the snow.
And melts the snow, yes, like quickly.
Yeah.
please.
Please.
So this is the fourth Sunday of Advent
is.
that
There are
we
4
sing
candles.
this hymn. So on Sunday, and then just a few short days
Mhm.
later, we will celebrate Christmas.
The birth.
And we jump into singing our favorite Christmas carols. We're not gonna be singing them in church.
Nope.
But what we are gonna be doing is, we're gonna be singing them at home.
Yeah.
Right? I'm singing them at the moment on the radio, aren't you?
Yeah. In my car as I drive back and forth to work.
Absolutely.
I'm awesome in the car, I might add. I'm not very good at the harmony, but yeah, I sound fantastic in my car. Really, I do.
Showers too,
Showers too.
right? There's
Yeah.
great acoustics in most bathrooms.
There are, they bounce around, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Family members might think, it's kind of weird. But you know what, at this time of year, who cares where you're singing the Christmas carols?
That's right.
Who cares? Just go out, enjoy singing with your mask on. At home, you don't need to do that. Just sing. Just sing with joy and sing with, even though the hymn says in the bleak midwinter, sing with the joy and the light in your heart, because that's what we've been doing all Advent.
That's right, because this is that time where we are coming together, we are gathering, we are getting ready to celebrate this most
Mhm.
exciting time of
Yeah.
the year. So,
Let's enjoy.
absolutely.
So blessings on your Advent 4 weekend. This is the beginning of the Advent 4 weekend. Other places they can build this up to something huge. We'll build it up as something huge. It's the beginning of Advent 4, the last weekend before Christmas. And let's make it joyous and filled with light. And even though, we've got some snow out there, now we understand where this hymn comes from a little bit more closely. So Thank you, Carrie, for another great crumbs from the Pop-Tarts. It's been awesome.
It has been great, it has been great. And I look forward to having you join us. The whole regional ministry will be joining us this Sunday online for our service of the word, which we will record live from a beautiful St. John's in Port Elgin. We have the equipment in now, so we're going to be recording that. We have some pre-recorded hymns, so part of our service of the word will have the hymns included so that you can sing at home in your own sacred space. So thank you so much for joining us today. I look forward to seeing some of you at our Children's Focus possibly tomorrow, and then definitely we will enjoy a Sunday worship together. So take care, stay well, remember, wash those hands, wear your mask, avoid the crowds, socially distant, but also trust that God walks with us and will see us through this most peculiar and trying year. So God bless, and we'll see you on Sunday. Bye-bye now.
Bye.